This is Design Happy, the podcast where we talk about the human side of home design, remodeling, and new construction. I'm TJ.
And I'm Katie, and I'm trying to match your This is. And today,
Oh,
we're look.
I've never been more self-conscious about how I say things now. Oh man, the next episode, I'm going to feel real weird.
I'm sorry, but also I think we're finding our groove. Okay, if I could actually get to what we're talking about today. And today, we're looking at the difference between custom and we're looking at the difference between custom and custom.
Oh my god.
The banter is writing itself at this point.
What a start.
Custom and custom. Here's what this made me think of. I promise I won't take us completely off the rails.
Don't promise things you can't.
I might though. How do you pronounce the word Pecans?
I didn't know I was going to have to spell
You don't have to spell, you just have to.
You know what? I say that word both ways.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if I just said it, I'd say pecan, but sometimes I say pecan. I don't know why. What were you hoping I would answer?
No hope or agenda, TJ.
Oh,
And the
okay.
answer is, but as I thought about it, I was like, ooh, I do both too. I don't think I'd ever be like, could someone find me the pecans in the pantry or in the freezer?
Pecans.
But I also don't think I would say pecan pie. That feels like, oh. Do you have silk scarves? I think pecan pie and pecans. But as I say it, pecan pie also sounds incredibly uncomfortable right now. I'm sorry. We've landed on the third rail now.
Yeah. See, I knew.
I know why I do it. I know why I do it. If no one here, if this wasn't already obvious, in high school I was in show choir, and if you don't know what that is, we don't have time. But we did a song that was like some like bayou themed song. These like New England kids doing this like bayou themed song, and in it had the line like pecan pie, something, shoe fly, chili gumbo. And I think that's why I say pecan pie. Because I think they also had to take like 10 minutes to get all of us New Englanders, New England adolescents to say pecan, everybody, pecan. So I think that's why I say pecan pie.
Did you all have a accent in the show? Like
it was
Louisiana?
just yes, TJ. Yeah. Would you like to? What was that? What was that accent?
That's enough.
Kat's British and you are Cajun? You're New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. In the song, we had to like put on these accents. I don't know if anybody from Panache Show Choir 1998 through 2002 would like to chime in here and confirm this fever dream. Let me know. But okay, I have one more for you though.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce Caramel?
Caramel.
Always?
I think so. Well, no. I'm trying to think. What I don't say it often. I don't think I'd say caramel corn.
Yeah. That's it. It's context, right?
Yeah.
So this is the same as your constant answer, which is, "It depends."
Yeah. That's the answer to every question.
Yeah.
It's
I'm trying to think.
infuriating.
I think I say caramel when it's like, um, caramel apples, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
caramelize something. I'm not gonna caramelize something. Never. No. No. I'm not gonna do that. Um, and when I'm talking about, like, a color, I think I might say caramel, like a
Mm.
caramel colored some
Hey,
gone too far.
what about AUNT? Do you have a silk scarf on?
It depends. Aunt. I say aunt if I'm just saying the word, and I think I go back and forth with, like, my no, I say aunt when I'm talking about my actual family members whose privacy I will protect on
Mm.
this podcast. I don't want people stalking them. How about you?
Uh, no options on this one. I only say "and" exclusively.
Even if you that it's hard though, because if you see the written word outside of the context of you're saying, "Oh, my Aunt Bertha." I don't have an Aunt Bertha.
Mhm.
Um, it's if I see it and I have to read it, aunt. My brain's like, that word is pronounced aunt because
Mm.
AUNT. If it wasn't, it would be ANT. Okay, so custom and custom.
Yeah.
Um, what do people think custom means? Like what are we talking about, TJ? that's that's what I want to know. What are we talking about here? Why is this important?
It is important because the meaning of that word has changed over time. When
Mhm.
when custom means it's being made for you, right? Like people, clients
Yeah.
think that means they can pick anything in the whole world, and that used to be true. That's what custom used to mean.
Yeah.
But then things that are semi-custom started marketing themselves as custom because technically
Oh.
they're not sitting on a shelf that you can't go to Home Depot and to drive home with it the same day if it's semi-custom. So it's technically being made for you. So
Mm.
why can't that be custom? So then semi-custom stuff started being marketed as custom, and then all of a sudden everything got confusing.
All of a sudden, we were in trouble. What? Okay, I'm trying to think of as we were talking about this, this is one of those um like insights you shared that I was like, now I can't unsee it because I thought I knew. I thought I knew.
Mhm.
And it's the sort of thing that like, yeah, I was aware of, but until you named it, I hadn't put my finger on it. So do I'm curious how people arrive at the home remodeling or build process. How people show up talking about the custom features they want. Do you find that like are clients understanding of this? Is it a rude awakening? Is it like how are people bringing this into the process?
There's a big education that needs to happen all the time.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're
That's
here.
why we're here. You say go listen to this episode of our podcast and then let's talk.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Okay.
there's a like a macro and a micro version of this. So micro would be cabinets. We sell cabinets, as
Yeah.
we've talked about before, and the cabinet line that uh, we are dealers for has a fully custom line and what I'm not supposed to say anymore, semi-custom line.
Oh,
That's the way I still talk about it. If they're listening, I don't say it that way. Um,
no, he does, and he's not a freak. So you can
Katie has the receipts.
Look,
What how how
what are
they
you gonna do?
want me to talk about it and the way they market it on their website is premium custom and affordable custom. That's
What?
harder to explain than custom and semi-custom. So the products are the same either way we talk about it, but I think it's easier to understand if I say this option over here is custom.
Yeah.
If we can draw it, they will build it. There's a cost associated with that, but they will literally make anything you want. We can pick any color in the whole world. If there's a Benjamin Moore color you like, or a Fowler and Ball color you like, or whatever, they will paint your cabinets that color. It doesn't have to be one of they have choices in the custom line that you can pick from, but they will literally make anything. Like if you want it to be a white cabinet with a red paint that's striped on it, and then you take a little bit of sandpaper and rub off some of the like they'll do it custom.
Okay. You are probably using that example in a really tasteful way. And I'm like, yeah, if you want a North Pole kitchen, go for it.
I was just trying to think of something ridiculous. But so the other option is semi-custom,
Yeah.
where you can't do that. So the cabinets are being made for you.
Uh-huh.
So technically they're custom, but the affordable custom or the label of custom at all isn't accurate because the world is not your oyster. There are three different whites to pick from. That's it. If you want
Yeah.
a different white than that, too bad, so sad. Like we need to move into the fully custom. So semi-custom is a more accurate way to describe it because
Got it.
it's not the same as fully custom.
I guess as I'm hearing it, this education sounds really important at the start,
Mhm.
like at the beginning, where, like we talked about episodes and episodes ago, uh, figuring out what is important to you, figuring out what is going to get your resource, whether that's time or money.
Mhm.
And in this discussion, then figuring out like what is okay, what's going to meet the need to be if it's semi-custom, and what isn't going to get you where you want to go unless it's custom. Like I guess this is, as I was thinking about it, it's the kind of thing that maybe typically wouldn't come up until you are picking out, until you are, mm, yeah, picking out the cabinetry that you want, that you're picking out the slabs, as you say, that you want. But this really goes all the way back to the beginning when you were thinking about your budget for the project, not just the budget of your finances, but of your time.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's true, and the macro version is much more important to talk about at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, if we talked about building a house, you could build a custom house or a custom house. So, it let's say
But you
you
gotta say it
wanna
like that.
yeah, that's why I'd say custom. If you really want the type of custom house that we do, where we're talking a lot about the emotion related to the house, how you're going to live in every room, how many steps you want to take from the side of your bed to the toilet in the middle of the night. Like, what do you want that experience to be? Fully custom.
Mhm.
A lot of people and home builders will market custom homes. The price associated with those custom homes are actually for a semi-custom home where it's a you're picking from a floor plan. This is a house they've built before. The costs are predictable. Their subcontractors have built it before. Maybe they'll let you make the walk-in closet a little bit bigger or smaller, but you're not starting from scratch.
Mm. Yeah,
That's a really important conversation to have at the beginning because the cost of those 2 things is gonna be very different. The level of
right.
service that you need between a semi-custom house and a fully custom house are very different. You're gonna wanna you need a lot more handholding in the fully custom because there's so many more decisions that you're responsible for making. So I've talked to people who've reached out to us for what they say is a fully custom home. But then I need to tell them, based on what you're telling me, the time you want to spend, the time frame that you want to have the house done, the amount of money you want to invest in it, like all of those things, you should actually be buying a semi-custom home, and you're better served looking for home builders in your area that have a portfolio of floor plans for houses they've built before and choose one of those because that's what is going to make you more fulfilled in this. If you hire us and you're going to be disappointed because we're not aligned with what you're ultimately looking for.
Yeah, that gets into a question I'm guessing I know the answer to, which is like, is there is one better than the other? And it sounds like no, it depends on what you want, which requires this again, this macro level at the beginning of knowing really what the options are. Um, and in terms of your why, in terms of yeah, what you want in your home. But it sounds like it's the sort of thing that when homeowners are aware of this, it gives them more choice, which I'm sure can feel like hard at times, but it gives them more choice from go. It sounds like it really clarifies the expectations going forward. Um, but that all said, is there one that's better than the other?
No, you know the answer.
Okay, better question then. If it really is dependent, are there things that you have learned in working with clients in this way that um, elements of the home or part elements of the home that really consistently enough are better to choose either semi-custom or custom actually premium custom preferred custom.
They're all marketing words. It doesn't matter. But the answer is still no. There's no
Okay.
it it depends. Every single time it depends, which is this is why the job is hard. Um because we need to figure it out together every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you wrote a note. You wrote something in our notes that I think is a really good way to describe the difference here.
Well, that's a little maybe it's related to this other curiosity that's percolating for me
Uh-huh.
when you talk about like how the marketing terminology of all of this, how often this is just these words are just thrown around as like a rebranding.
Mhm. Yeah, I think
The answer is yes.
yeah, I think that
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
think that's exactly
where
what
it really
happens.
doesn't delineate the difference between things. Like I think my note was more along the lines of you can order, I can go on Custom Ink and out of their templates, I can choose I'm getting a shirt that is a standard size. I'm ch- I have to use the fonts that they have. I can't upload a font or whatever, let's say. But like, yes, I am making the shirt. I am getting it in my size. I am having the words put on it that I want, but like I don't get to choose the fabric. I don't get to choose the I don't know, sleeve seam, not a seamstress. Um that idea of custom versus having like something tailored to you or having something specifically sewn for you and your body.
Mhm.
Those are the differences we're talking about?
Yes. So,
Okay.
Kat and I actually just lived this on a clothing, and you saw it. You saw the
Yeah.
results. So
Yes.
so Mark Cashin threw a fancy party recently, and it was at an Aston Martin dealership, and it was James
Double O
Bond
Seven
themed.
themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, dress in your best Bond wear. So I have a tux, so I wore a tux. That's not the fun part of the story. The and that tux I bought off the rack and I had it tailored, right? Kat was thinking about what she was going to wear, and she started looking at Bond girls and different dresses. And then the movie that Anna de Armas was in, I can't remember which Bond movie that was in. She was like, "Oh, I think that dress is some." So she found the designer that made that dress. So she was going back and forth, like maybe I'm going to buy a similar dress and have it tailored.
Okay.
And then where we landed was, you know what? Like it's not going to cost that much. In this case, the cost really wasn't all that different. So
Mhm.
she just went and had one made, like literally, like started from a bolt of, is that what it's called? A bolt of fabric.
Yeah.
Um, and the tailor like made her a dress.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And it looked fantastic.
yeah, she looked good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but that's the difference.
Right.
Me getting I haven't, but one day I will probably get a custom suit made. Similar, like start with a bolt of fabric, and what I've done in the past is what I did with the tux: buy a tux and then have it. So off the rack and tailored is the semi-custom way,
Mhm.
and then starting from a bolt of fabric is the fully custom. Yes.
The other word that I see, and that I think you even brought up when we were talking about this, was bespoke.
Yes.
What does that mean now? Is that this, like, you have the dress made level of custom?
Yes, so I stopped using the word custom and started using the word bespoke because custom started to mean something different than it always
Mhm.
meant. So bespoke is a one-off. That's like it doesn't exist elsewhere. So when somebody comes to us for a custom home, what we're really doing is making a bespoke home. Every step in there is considered.
Yeah.
And it's different than, not better, but different than going to a home builder and picking from a floor plan that already exists. Right? There's a buyer for both.
Right, but it's better if for you, if you know that you want that specificity to your personal needs in the home.
Hmm.
Like, it is better. It depends on, yeah, it depends on knowing what you want, and knowing what these options are. You had thrown out there the comparison, though, of like Bethesda and North Bethesda, which I didn't know was a thing.
In our notes, yeah.
But that seems like it's still the same place. That's just a rebranding of,
Yes. So when we were planning this episode, I was thinking about like what other things. It was like where somebody just changed the name of something to
yeah.
mean something else. So it was like North Bethesda used to be called Rockville. It
I thought
uh,
it was. I thought it
it's
still was.
like it never existed, and it was semi-custom. And on average, home prices in Bethesda are worth more than home prices in Rockville.
Yeah.
So the southern part of Rockville was just like, hey, we should be North Bethesda. I think our home values would probably go up. And now it's just a thing. It's been, I don't know, a while, 10 years, 12 years. I don't know. It's been a while.
Glad I
So
know.
it's
Yeah.
just, yeah. Chevy Chase is a fancy place outside DC in Montgomery County. Well, also there's a Chevy Chase DC too, but now there's a, not now, there's a Chevy Chase View. So north of Chevy Chase, as we get further from the city, whatever that was at some point was like, hey, it would be cool if people considered us part of Chevy Chase. So then there's Chevy Chase View. It's just like we can sort of see Chevy Chase from here, so let's just call it Chevy Chase. We have a view of it.
I
We'll just put
love it.
Chevy Chase in the name.
I want to apply this to my life in ways. I want to do this. I want to.
Uh,
I I'm gonna think on this, but I might come back with a different. I might be branded differently next time.
oh, okay.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Yeah. Um, just a heads up. I think that sounds like another important piece. Like people knowing when it is just a rebrand, when it's like there is no difference. This is just being called custom because now that word means anything. And it sounds like that might eventually happen to things like bespoke. Everything's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be bespoke as well.
Probably will. Yes. Um,
If it's not already.
but they're in the notes you put the difference between custom, personalized, and bespoke. I think personalized is a great way to think about semi-custom. So if you were going to build a
Hmm,
house and you said custom and we had the whole conversation and the education about the difference between, so if you build a air
yeah.
quotes custom house, it's being built for you. It's technically custom, but you don't get to make all kinds of big changes. What you do get to do is personalize it. If you buy that house early enough, then you can pick the cabinet color, and the way that typically works is you get to choose between these three colors, or you get to choose between these three countertops, or these three faucets,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, there are options, they're curated options, but so you do get to personalize the house. I think that's a great way to think about the difference.
But it makes me like that education really needs to happen since when I hear that, that to me sounds like the most custom option. And I think a lot of people would feel like, but if it's personalized, it's
Mm.
based on, it's mine. It's my, which is again, in different fields, in different domains, these things mean different things. I think I hear a blog post coming. That's here's what this means in your home remodeling or custom home project. Here are what these different things mean, and you deserve to know this so that you don't get bamboozled,
Bamboozled. Wow.
which we all know what that means. I guess. I don't know. Okay. Anything else? Anything we've missed? I feel like we've gotten the message across. She
I don't think
checks the
we've
notes.
there have been so many times in this where I wanted to start talking in an accent, and I love accents so much. I think they're so fun, and depending on the accent, Cat hates it. So I'm just super self-conscious about accents, but there were a bunch of times where it's
Are
like,
you really wanting to go Southern?
I
Custom.
ghost, yeah.
Custom.
So there's different pe this is the sound of people turning off the podcast.
Oh, no. No, no, this is the sound of people leaning in.
Yeah. Um, but like Southern is so many different things. Like when we were talking about the British accent that I do for Cat, it started out sort of like Cockney, like "Hello, how are you?" Like, but
Poor. You
then
mean poor. Yeah, poor British. And Kat was like, "No." That's
we went to Banff over this past summer, and we were at one of the beautiful places in Banff, and I told you this
oh,
story,
they
but
have
I don't.
those?
They do, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. There's a lot of them. And there was this British lady walking across a bridge, looking at this amazing
oh,
river,
yeah.
and she goes like, "Oh my God, that is unbelievable." And I was like, "Oh, that's the accent I should be doing for that's way more Cat than
That's really
the
Kat.
uh,
Yeah.
right." So I really like the nuances
Yes.
of it.
Yes. And the like yes, the South has those nuances too.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a very I had a Southern accent for the first, like, 8 years of my life, um, and come to find out that it was, like then I met some because I was born in Virginia, grew up a little bit there, and my family was from North Carolina, and then I met folks from Alabama, and I was like, "We're speaking different languages right
Yeah.
now." So, yeah, I love that really is though that I love that accent. That really is Cat. That's
Uh-huh.
that's Cat's British because it's also she's also not like too posh that she doesn't move her lips at all, and like that it's really just not even a the perfect. Well, good. Glad we got that sorted. This is
I
Designed Happy the
oh my gosh.
podcast where we talk.
Uh, I feel like this is
Okay.
the end when, do you remember when I made sure we didn't miss out on Harry Connick Jr. and you were like, "Oh, good. Glad we didn't."
At
I
like
fe
minute 37, you were like,
yeah.
"Well, let's bring this back around. Let's really wrap this up with some Harry Connick Jr."
I'm sorry, we can rap. I do this
We're
to you all the
gonna
time.
we're gonna wrap.
You try so hard to be a professional podcaster, and I
I
just
I I I think about it. But folks, thanks for sticking with us. I think this is the goods actually, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. So, till next time,
we'll see you then.
bye.